How are you doing, guys? I hope everyone is blessed. I hope everybody is well.
Itself to the outside. Stocking pressure early from the center circle for Deca.
I mean, he'll be arriving very shortly. And when he does, he's getting took to a secure location. That's that. Everyone knows the situation, yeah?
I'm not sure which channel to actually put this video on. Now, this one, or this is the main one, I'm going to muddle it up because the algorithm's going to go all over the place, and I'm not sure which channel, which viewer I'm talking to, and which channel. But anyway, let's talk about the feuds that go on within YouTube in general. One creator calls another creator something, it all kicks off, it builds up, it gets personal. They start talking about their family, their girlfriends, their wives. Now it goes on within the true crime channel, the true crime channel, it goes on. And it also goes on the other couple of channels that I'm talking about. One's the middling corner. They still call that the dark corner, but it's not really the darkest corner. The darkest corner is something else. And there's probably a quiet murder at least every 3 or 4 months in the darkest corner. But we'll go, that's full of real psychopaths, real killers. But we'll go on to the middling channel, the darker corner. You don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But I hope you'll get the gist of what's going on, because in the middling corner, it would make the feuds and the possible postcoding, doorstepping on the true crime corner, it would make that seem like a playground, not even a fight, but handbags. But let's get over to the middle corner, the corner we're talking about. There is a feud at the moment, I'll get to the point. There's a feud at the moment between two guys. They're sporty guys as such. They're getting on a bit. Can I say getting on? They're not as old as me, nowhere near as old as I am. 58 this year, can't believe it. But they were amateur fighters. Now, in a sense, they built up to be professional fighters, or did they? Not professional fighters as such, not boxers as such. They were amateur boxers, say. And they fought on the street as well. Now, if you get into the bare knuckle field of fighting, that's kind of professional fighting because you're getting paid. People want to see it. They'll pay for it. There'll be tickets sold at pretty extortionate prices. But anyway, people want to see it. So it's kind of professionals. Now, one is more professional than the other because he's had more fights. Within the bare knuckle platform, one of the platforms, the BKFC, there are other platforms as well. Let's get to the point. Let's talk about this. Grab that drink and welcome to Aldon's Reviews and True Crime. Okay, the intro is going to be different for the other channels, but I won't bother about this. Let's get to the point. So the two fighters, the two fighting men, are fighting tomorrow. Now, this feud's been going on for quite some time, and it was supposed to happen a lot earlier. And one of the men, Danny Christie, he went and doorstepped Brett May, who said he couldn't come out and fight Danny at that instance, even though he gave him the postcode. He couldn't fight him because he was worried about going back to prison, and he was on a license from prison. Some say he was just plain scared, but this could be a good match as such if they have the right attitude. Nothing wrong with Danny's attitude. Brett May can have the right attitude. He has fought before on the BKFC. Okay, he did lose, but he turned up, and that's gallant. And he'd be gallant in turning up for this fight. He'd turn it all around, all the controversy, all the lies that he's had. He is a showman, so he does tell porkies, but it's kind of like acting, and he's telling the lies to be a showman, to get views, for people to enjoy the drama.
And yeah, this is a video today. Basically, seeing what Danny Christie's put on. fighting men, gentlemen. We all want to get these shows on the road and headline these shows. And obviously Danny spoke to the promoters today, and the promoters have obviously said, look, good money, good offer.
Yes, aye, brothers and sisters. Like, what kind of fighting man calls another fighting man's woman online and then refuses to face them when he comes to his town? Once you've done that. But I believe in second chances, and I think this is something obviously really personal with yourself, mate, because Brett May, simple boy. Brett May take everything personal. Brett May got across the line. Brett May, simple boy. You don't really leave us any choice. As a fighting man, you've told us to come to Doncaster, you've threatened us, and now you're talking about me lass again. So, we'll be in Doncaster on Friday. Little field trip planned. You wanted this, Brett, mate. So, you know, hopefully we can get into gear. I'll come down with a few lads again for my own safety. But it'll just be me and you getting into gear, mate. So you can either give us a postcode and tell us where we're coming, or we can just turn up and, you know, embarrass you and make a mockery of you all over again. Because I can see the video title now. Brett May wins hide and seek national championship. Right, I've already rang Andrew Anthony. We'll use your fair play, man. And I don't think you'll have a problem with that.
Now this fight, if it goes ahead, it should be a close match in my opinion. Brett's asked for an all-in fight. That means anything goes. Now that will be within reason, because you're going to be quite protective, aren't you, of each other as such. If you're true fighting men, you're going to have some gallantry about you, and you're not going to eye gouge straight away. You probably won't eye gouge at all. You probably won't throat punch or throat chop, but you're going to probably use your elbows, your head. So it's not Queensberry rules, which would probably have suited Danny, and Danny did suggest that, but he's game, and he's going to turn up because Brett May has gone too far this time, and he's insulted his girlfriend as such, accused her of being promiscuous with Brett at a certain time when Brett was fighting on the BKFC. He's claiming that were texts flowing, and Danny's girlfriend sort of suggested that something was going to happen. But do we believe Brett? Brett, the showman, who has already been proven to tell lies about Deca Hedgy. He said he knocked him out in the library in prison, in Hull prison. But it was found out that that was rubbish. That's where it all kind of turned a bit. Turned on Brett. You could turn it around on its head by turning up and having a gallant fight with Danny Christie. Now, Danny Christie did have a fight in the past, a big fight in the past, with a guy called Deca Hedgy. So Deca Hedgy, a bare knuckle fighter, kind of an amateur fighter, but they get paid for these fights, so it doesn't mean if they get paid they're professional. So this big fight was a good one between Hedgy and Danny, and it ended kind of a draw. Some people say Hedgy won, some people say Danny won. It was a good fight anyway. It was a bare knuckle fight within the ring with a fair play man, and it was controlled. Two men who were fairly fit, like this one. Although Brett's lost a bit of fitness and gained a bit of weight, Danny's very fit, and Brett May's able to handle himself. He's a big boy, so hopefully nobody is going to die tomorrow. And that's what the fair play man Andrew is all about.
I'm going to address this just once. It's happening no matter what. Me and Danny Christie are good friends, yeah? And we spoke about this, right? No facts on. It's much better me being there. If anything goes wrong, I'm going to be the guy that'll sort it out.
And he's going to try and do his best to stop that. So it should be a fair fight. An all-in fight, well, it edges towards Brett because he's got the weight, but Danny certainly has the attitude. So we could be seeing a good fight tomorrow. Now talk about true crime. The true crime comes from these guys. They are ex-prisoners. Brett's an ex-prisoner. Was it dealing drugs? A lot of people in that corner do drugs. Danny wasn't dealing drugs, but he went to prison because of the feud as such with Hedgy. Accused Hedgy, as lots of other people accused Hedgy of certain things. Can I say Hedgy? You did have crimes. You did have a long acro. That's a long criminal record, and some of those things perhaps involved, shall we say, crimes against women as such. It didn't say you were beating them up or anything else, but also you were accused of doing something else. Now, there wasn't any proof of that, and I won't go into that because that's been talked about before by other creators, etc. But if you accuse people of something, the other person could then take you to court, and if it's found in their favour, then you could be going to prison, even by using words, just words. I think there was to's and fro's, and Danny was accused maybe of throwing a brick through Deca's window. But you nowadays, look at Tommy Robinson. You could say a few words, and you can go to prison for it. If you say it online, you've got a big following, and they see that as what do they call it? Causing alarm and distress. Also, you can get done for defamation of character. If you take someone to court, they've said something online. Normally, an apology works quite well in those situations. Or you can debate it. You don't always have to postcode each other and have a physical fight. But this channel is full of fighting men, so they're men, so they're going to turn up and fight. The reason why I'm showing an interest is kind of a sporting match as such, even though it's going to be a bit rough around the edges. It could be in the field. I don't know where it's going to be. It's a secret location, away from prying eyes, away from the police. If it was in a gym with a boxing ring, you wouldn't get the police involved at all. So it could be in a public open area. I don't know. Are you going to get dog walkers there complaining? If somebody there won't be a problem. There won't be a problem. The police would probably turn a blind eye and say, "Oh, match is going on." But when the public start to complain or something, and get a dog walker complain about the noise or something else, or there's some violence going on, that could be an issue. So these things really need to happen as promotions. Andrew Anthony is promoting fights, I think, up and coming, and there'll be venues. There's lots of promotion going on with different venues, and some of it may involve characters that are involved in criminal activities. So you may have heard a few of these characters as well. That corner does contain Sam Walker. Now, Sam Walker was allegedly said to be involved within the Jay Slater case and something to do with that, but he wasn't. He certainly wasn't. Some people said he piloted the boat that ran off with Jay or something. So far-fetched, total fabrication there. But Sam Walker has commented on the Jay Slater case, and that's where it got cross-lined. That Sam Walker has been involved in all sorts of situation. Anyway, if you do tap in, you put Sam Walker in, you will get some of that. So if you are interested in true crime, you will get the background of that and how Sam Walker has led up to practically nearly dying, being attacked twice, trying to cover up, because he's not squealing. He's trying to cover up for it. He said he had a car crash, and then he changed it, said he was robbed. The first time he said he was stabbed in the head with a knife, and then it was led to believe it was a golf club. Am I digressing? Don't want to digress. Let's watch this fight in the morning. Let's see what happens. Let's hope that nobody gets really hurt, but let's have an outcome on this. Let's hope that it will maybe solve the dispute. It will certainly put Brett on the map. And you'll be gallant, even if you turn up and you get knocked out. You'll overturn, perhaps, most of the haters, I think. So, Brett, turn up. Right, Danny, use what you've got. Use what you've got as well as your head. And Danny, good luck as well. And I can see why you're turning up. If somebody has said something about your partner, your girlfriend, crosses the line, you can kind of understand to's and fro's between each other, but when you bring in other people's families, it's not nice. And those type of men, they come to fight. and they take umbrage at that sort of exchange of insults. And I'm not taking anyone's side, but we'll see what happens. If I was in the area and I was free, I would go and help out in some way if I could, but they probably have lots of people helping out. And yeah. Anyway, it's bedtime, isn't it? And when you do lay your head down, don't have any nasty dreams. Thank you for watching. If you do continue watching, if I get those 5 viewers, then hey, 5 viewers, let's talk about this. Put down in the comments if anything has happened in the meantime. And yeah, let's say hello to a lot of future fights going on. Oh, there are some doorstepping opportunities that I think are going to happen. Shadow, another controversial figure. He is kind of a fighting man, I'd say, amateur fighting man, lives in Ireland, and he's coming over to Newcastle. But he will be doorstepping a guy called JDP. I watch JDP, puts out good content, and he doesn't mind Shadow coming over. And perhaps if you make it a mile from his house, because you don't want to involve women or children, maybe in the house, I don't know, if his kids are in the house, I don't know, it's not a done thing to knock the door. Just call him from up the road, say you're up the road, and then something could happen there. Perhaps they'll be able to meet up for a face-to-face debate, or perhaps not. Perhaps it will lead into violence. And also Danny G is getting a lot of stick. I don't want to get into the twos and fro's of who's right and who's wrong. I know he's involved in fights with Craig Hedgehog Man. I've mentioned, I've met him, and he puts good content out. Hedgehog Man, go and subscribe to his channel, watch his channel. He's got a lot of comical stuff on there, etc. But he does take the mickey out of certain people. He is taking the mickey daily. Apparently daily. He makes a daily show about certain people. He did about Deca Hedgy and the accusations against Deca. He's making a similar comical. Is it comical or is it real? Danny thinks it's real. So Danny's probably going to lose his stack at some point and go and doorstep Craig, but I think he'll also become more manly. And there was another guy called Reacher, a good guy called Reacher, ex-judo man, I think, good at grappling, and he was going to fight Danny G. Danny G was going to invite him to a boxing match in the ring, but it didn't happen. Words were said or weren't said, said were said and they weren't said, or something like, I don't know. But I think he'll say, right, Danny G will say, I'll go and fight Craig Hedgehog Man, or have words with him, and then if you want to come along at the same time, I'll put you on the back burner, Reacher, and he'll probably fight Reacher as well. Or I don't know, maybe they'll all have a pint and debate it and it'll all be hunky-dory. Anyway, I must go. Thank you for watching. I am training in the morning, 9:30 with the guys. Yeah, I know, I'm getting old for that, but at 9:30 onwards, so I'm hoping the fight's happening before then, but I don't think it will. Danny would be. He's up at 5 a.m. and he'll fight at 5 a.m. Not too sure about Brett. Not too sure Brett's going to turn up. But he said he is. He said he was. So there we go. Onward with the fight. Thank you.
The challenge of Christie. It's very by design immediately taking